Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas is an interesting pop culture phenomenon, especially since the movie isn't even directed by the big man himself, Tim Burton. The story and the characters were created by him, but the directing duties went to Henry Selick. At first glance, most people go, why him? But to be fair, he did direct James and the Giant Peach and Coraline, two stop-motion masterpieces in their own respect. Wow, the same guy who directed these two movies also directed this movie? Holy crap, I am shocked to learn this. Shocked, I say. Anyways, every year like clockwork, this movie is celebrated around Christmas and Halloween, both of which are completely opposite holidays. One of them is about celebrating the end of the year with a feast and gifts and loving your family, and the other regularly features graphic imagery to the point that I have to be careful what I put on screen right now because YouTube doesn't like buckets of blood. Heck, the juxtaposition between these two holidays might even be why this movie is so beloved, especially since this is Henry Selick's first big movie and it's still regularly talked about today. How many people do you know that watch James and the Giant Peach yearly? There are many Christmas and Halloween movies, but this is one of the only Christmas and Halloween movies. At least the only one worth watching around both holidays. LEGO decided that 2024 was the year to release a big set for fans of the movies. Ah yes, the 31st anniversary of the movie.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
LEGO has made Nightmare Before Christmas minifigs before this in a CMF Disney series where they released a Sally and Jack. I am including them in the ranking, so if you're confused as to why these characters get 2 spots, this CMF is why. The set itself is pretty good and a decent display piece for anyone looking to pick it up. To be fair, it is $300, so the fact that it looks good on a shelf should be a requirement. I remember when Zelda dropped a giant LEGO set, and people unfamiliar with LEGO called it a ripoff because you could buy a whole new Switch for $300. Every time I see someone who isn't all too familiar with LEGO complain about certain things, whether justified or not, my reaction is always the same.
First time.
Alright, let's just jump straight into this ranking. Real quick, don't forget to like and comment, and subscribe for more LEGO rankings. Coming in last place is a minifigure that has a similar problem as the next two entries, but happens to be the worst one. Locke is one of the Oogie Boogie Boys. For some reason they put the secondary antagonist in this set, but not the primary one. Oh well, maybe they'll make more CMF and include him. Or just get a single custom one because why not? Who else from this film do you really need as minifigures? Other than Dr. Finkelstein. Bro rocks. This trilogy of characters look like ass, and Locke is the worst one. Here is his on-screen appearance, and here is his minifigure. Do you see the similarities? Oh my god, they really did it! Good job, LEGO! On top of that, he just has a blank torso and pants. Not to be the printing police demanding the whole figure be printed, but do you think a little devil tail printed on the torso or a molded tailpiece could have fixed the plainness? All in all, if you only had this figure from the movie, I'd assume something is wrong with you. Coming in 9th place is a slightly better version of the last one. At least there's a cool hat and a cloth waist piece. To be fair, LEGO Clone Troopers don't even get cloth waist capes anymore, so the fact that they went all fancy with this one is a little better than blank old Locke over here. She's also just got a better face print than Locke. Locke oddly enough has a terrible face print, despite the fact that that's the only thing unique to him. Literally this minifigure's entire placement on the list is, she is just better than Locke entirely. Locke, you suck. I don't even know why they put so little effort into this minifigure. The other two get something unique about them, but then you are just the color red. I need to move on from talking about Locke. Overall, Shock is a great minifigure because she is not the worst one, but compared to most of the list, she's pretty ass. These two minifigures are the only bad ones, but because they come in a set of 3, it's a little more forgivable. That and the song they sing slaps, and does get stuck in my head often. Anyways, on to the next spot on the list. Beryl is the coolest looking minifigure of these 3 Boogie Boys. I really like his face print because it looks so menacing. It's like a really messed up version of the Joker or a creepypasta. He also has a torso print. It's a print of a skeleton's body. That's cool. Not as cool as a real skeleton. Whatever. I'm pretty sure LEGO doesn't know what those look like at this point. I don't know. At least it's something. Locke sure doesn't have any room to talk. Stupid dummy. All in all, I like this character a heck of a lot more than the other two from this trio of characters. He is carrying them. Coming in 7th place is the reason these 3 minifigs exist in the movie. It's Sandy Claus. While LEGO has made Santa Claus minifigures in the past, it's nice that this one separates itself pretty nicely. One cool detail is the amount of candy corn under his beard and the lollipop in the back of his belt. This truly adds to the feeling that this Santa is different from this Santa. On top of that, the skirt piece for the legs fit given that his legs in the actual movie are like toothpicks. If I shin kicked him, he would lose his legs. Overall, this is just a really good Santa minifig, so why is it low on the list? For me, it's a good Santa, but we already have great Santa minifigs. I get that this Santa is from this specific movie, but like, who cares? Santa is Santa. The only real noticeable difference from the rest of them is the skirt piece. So yeah, this is a great minifig. My only real issue with it is that it's not really bringing anything new to the table. If you put a basic ass Santa next to the old Sally and Jack, you wouldn't notice it's not hyper specifically from this movie. On to our next spot. Coming in 6th place is the new Sally from the new LEGO set that was the catalyst for this video. This figure is very accurate to the character from the movie. However, the one from the CMF series is like 10% better despite being older and cheaper. This is really the only thing that places this one so low on the list. The minifigures from the CMF series are just a better version despite being older. That sometimes irks me, you know? I get if a minifig is technically worse than before, but there really has to be a reason other than variation. Like the old Hulk color was amazing, but it's inaccurate to the MCU, so they changed it to be more in line with that. On top of that, it has such minor changes, it makes you question changing the figure entirely. Especially since the good one was like $5 and this new one improved one is over $300. All in all, she's in the middle of the list because this is a direct downgrade from the previous one. I highly doubt we'll get a third one anytime soon. This barely counts as a minifigure, but like, come on. I'm including every character given to you by this LEGO set. It's a good super accurate design, mainly because LEGO style is completely thrown out the window. It straight up has nothing about it being LEGO except the connection on the bottom. However, it is still really cool that they made this. It's like the BD-1 figure from Jedi Fallen Order. Sure, it has literally nothing to do with LEGO, but he's small enough in the actual media that making it out of pieces would have been damn near impossible without ballooning him. So why is this dang old thing higher than all these? Simple, he looks good, and I'm judging on how they look and accuracy to the source material. Zero absolutely dunks on both of them, but he does smear his ass all over LEGO's brand because it just doesn't look like LEGO. I gotta knock some points for not looking like LEGO, but it's an exceptional LEGO character. All in all, at least they didn't pull this shit for anyone else and just kept it to 0. It'd be really lazy if they just printed a bunch of static figures to fit more characters in this set. Next. Coming in 4th place is the mayor of Halloween Town. They decided to just go the other end of the spectrum for this character compared to Zero because he is entirely made out of bricks. I put this in 4th place for a couple of reasons. Number 1, he is accurate and well made. Brick-built characters can look absolutely poopy, but this one really did it right. He's got a reversible head for more expression, and his arms can move around because of the pieces they used. The only negative is that the body doesn't ultimately crest into tiny legs, making him look like he's morbidly obese and 1 week away from losing a leg. I really don't know what to add about this figure. It's a really good figure that went above and beyond, unlike these crappy designs. If they put 1/5 of the detail from this one onto these 3, they'd be great figures. All in all, it's a great figure. Better than the digital Marios, that's for sure. Even better than the brick-built Donkey Kong and Bowser. Coming in 3rd place is the CMF series Jack Skellington. The CMF minifigures are always designed and detailed better than normal minifigures. Every single figure is usually given an insane amount of detail, and that doesn't stop here. This old Jack Skellington is really good. Ultimately, for most series, the main character has the most creativity and love poured into design because as a creator, you want people to remember your main character the most. They may give Lock, Shock, and Barrel some crap, but they aren't the main characters. The only negative with this minifigure is the inaccuracy caused by how LEGO makes minifigures. Jack Skellington is a tall boy like a gas station beer. Unfortunately, this is the tallest LEGO could make at the time. Overall, this is a well-made CMF figure, and it's only beaten out by our next 2 because they are the definitive must-have figures from this series. If you could only get 2 figures, I'd get these ones. Heck, I give my personal approval to this one. Alright, on to our final 2. Man, the CMF figures have a lot of love and detail put into them. Case in point, the CMF Sally is far superior than the new one made for this set. Again, I never factor price into this, but the fact that the expensive one is worse than the cheap one is a pretty dang stupid. It doesn't hurt the new one's spot on the list because if the price was factored, she'd be in last place behind Locke. Honestly, it comes down to some pretty small print changes and the change in hairpiece. The face print and color molds are pretty similar for both, but this hairpiece looks like one from the movie while this one looks like generic Lego hair. I mean, it's fine, nothing wrong with that, but they had it perfect the first time. Give some small print changes where necessary, and bing bang boom, a Sally worth of the price point. This is just a really good figure and another example as to why CMF is pretty dang good, and they need special series more often. I hope LEGO releases more CMF from cool series like Disney, Marvel, DC, or even Indiana Jones at some point. Alright, let's get on to our final spot. Coming in first place is the new Jack Skellington because it's the main character, and the arms and legs are better proportional due to the Avatar sets making long legs a thing. It's pretty funny it took Avatar 2 for LEGO to admit that tall legs help them make new minifigs more accurate. Avatar 2 is the sequel to the highest grossing movie of all time, but it wasn't too special, or at least the audience thought so too. I liked it because the 3D in theater really sells the movie. Back to the minifigure. Jack Skellington is perfect, and combined with Sally in the iconic ending part of the set, it's pretty good. Of course, if you prefer parts from the other figure, you can always mix and match and make something better. Ultimately, this is a pretty good figure, and a must-have for minifig collectors. I may not want this set, but I want this minifig. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's voiced by Danny Elfman, the front man for the band Oingo Boingo, my favorite band of all time. I promise, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, who can blame me? He has an iconic film soundtracks under his belt, and the poo-ass Justice League. But who can blame him? This movie sucked. Overall, get this minifigure if you don't want to buy this set. It's really good. Oh my lord, this video is done. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I am expanding my LEGO content to more themes as you can see. I lied about YouTube Shorts on Fridays. At least for this week. I just didn't have it in me. Alright, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.